Well, as we get to conclude, we have seen in the recent past the positivity rate continuously drop, and now we're looking at it at 2%. As of yesterday, looking at the statistics that were posted from the Zambia National Public Health Institute page. But we would like to also understand, when can we conclusively say that we're finally out of the third wave? In the past, we've had conversations with field epidemiologists from the ZNPHI, and one of them did mention that at least the positivity rate needs to drop to as low as 5% for us to conclude that we're out of the third wave. So what do you make of the positivity rate as of yesterday, it being at 2%, and when can we conclusively say that we're finally out of the third wave?
So you remember I did mention earlier on that the positivity rate is a national rate. So we look at all the cases, all the people who've been tested in the country, and how many of those are positive. But when you go granular, you will note Northwestern Province was still at 7%, Copperbelt Province was still at 7%. So when you look at it in that manner, when you look at it in a national way, it's easy to say that we're below the threshold of 5%. But we need to go granular. So we still have hotspots around the country that are experiencing a burden of more than 5%. So until we have a situation where all our districts are less than 5%, we cannot say we're out of the woods, because things could change anytime. If we run out of control in the areas where the positivity is still high and they start to spread the virus further, we may not get out of the woods. If you look at the issue of India, for instance, or even countries up on within our continent, I think even Japan, for instance, they've had protracted waves where it lingers for a longer time than anticipated. We did note that in some countries we were not even able to see the difference between the third and fourth wave, because they never really got to the lowest below 5% threshold. So I think we're getting comfortable, and I think we're seeing a further reduction of cases. We will note again, we'll see today what our statistics are telling us in terms of other districts to ensure that the positivity across board is way below 5%. But generally speaking, we seem to be doing quite well, and I'm sure that when it's equal to the situation across the district, we will be able to say we're now out of the woods. But it's very, very important to note that even while the numbers are reduced here, the numbers are increasing elsewhere. And you remember in the third wave, before the third wave, we were saying to everybody, look up north, look at Kenya, look at Ethiopia, look at Tunisia, and so on and so forth. The numbers have escalated, and the third wave is imminent. And for sure, next it was down south into South Africa, and shortly it was into Zambia. So now we're seeing that picture coming up again. You see the numbers in Kenya are going up in Egypt, Tunisia, the numbers have started to increase again, and they're experiencing what we call a fourth wave. And that's why we're saying that looking at the trends and the pattern of the epidemic curve in our country, we anticipate that in December, we may have start to see another peak. And so I would like to emphasize that we need to continuously adhere to the 5 golden rules: masking up, keeping physically distanced, avoiding crowded places, maintaining high hand hygiene, and of course, when you feel unwell, quickly get into the hospital for us to be able to quickly determine whether it's COVID or not and manage it accordingly.